Hello you most amazing top 10ers, welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate, and today we are talking the top 10 shocking sports injuries part 2. So sports are supposed to be fun and entertaining, however the strenuous, physical and competitive nature of the industry sometimes means that accidents can happen. And they ain't always pretty. So let's start things off with a recent one, shall we? In at number 10 we have Juan Uribe, a ball in the balls. Even though this injury is by far the tamest on this list, we have to appreciate how painful this must have been. I'm not a guy, but even I wince at the footage of MLB player Juan Uribe of the Cleveland Indians getting hit in the nuts, just like straight in them. As a Los Angeles Angels player hits the ball, it comes straight for Uribe. He didn't even see it coming and boom. He stays on the floor for some time and has to be driven off the field. Yes, driven. Why wasn't he wearing a cup, you ask? Reportedly because his balls are just too big. In at number 9 we have Keegan Meth and his awful cricket injury. In one of the worst non-fatal cricket injuries of all time, Zimbabwean cricketer Keegan Meth had a nasty knock to his teeth. In 2011, Meth was dramatically struck in the face when he bowled to Bangladesh's Nasir Hussain. He lost 4 teeth and a whole lot of blood, leaving a huge hole in his face where his teeth should have been. He also presented a very gruesome scene to worried onlookers. Luckily, 18 stitches and a bit of rest was all he needed. He's actually very lucky. If the ball had hit him in a different part of his head, it could have been a whole lot worse for him than a few missing teeth. Okay, so let's ramp this list up a notch. In at number 8 we have Eduardo Da Silva's horrible leg injury. I mean, you do not want to Google that up close because ow. In February 2008, while Da Silva was playing for British Premier League football team Arsenal, Da Silva sustained an injury that put him out of action for a year. As the Gunners played Birmingham City, Da Silva was tackled by Martin Taylor, resulting in the dramatic break of his fibula. He even also dislocated his left ankle. If you watch footage from the match, it is clear to see that he was in severe pain, and his foot was jutting out in a very abnormal way. When Sky Sports broadcast the game, they decided not to show replays of the injury as it was too graphic. He did eventually recover and went on to help the Gunners win against Cardiff City in the 2009 FA Cup. In at number 7 we have János Baranyai's 2008 Olympic injury. Arms really aren't supposed to be able to go that way. János Baranyai is a Hungarian weightlifter who sustained an eye-watering injury in Beijing. This all went down in the men's 77 kg snatch. Unfortunately, as he went to lift 148 kgs, he dislocated his elbow. That absolutely did not look like any fun whatsoever. The injury put Baranyai out of action for 2 years, but luckily he did recover and was able to participate in the 2010 European Championships. Unfortunately though, the incident did ruin his Olympic career. Another shocking Olympic injury up next. In at number 6 we have Samir Aït Saïd in the 2016 Olympics. French gymnast Samir Aït Saïd was taking part in the qualifying round of the men's gymnastics at the 2016 Rio Olympics. The young athlete landed really badly on a vault and his left leg promptly snapped underneath him. The pictures of the injury are absolutely devastating. He was promptly taken to hospital where they were able to confirm that he had indeed broken his tibia. One person on Twitter who was in the stadium said, "The audience could hear the crack." Oh, legs really are not supposed to go that way. That picture is horrifying. Okay guys, so are you ready for blood? Because we are absolutely bringing it. In at number 5 we have Paulo Diogo's finger rip. Ow! Again, the close-ups here are really not one to Google. Diogo was playing football or soccer as some of you guys say when his finger met an untimely end. At the time of the injury in 2004, he was playing for Servette FC and scored an 87th minute goal for his team. The Swiss midfielder celebrated the goal by jumping over the fence to the crowd. Unfortunately though, his wedding ring caught on the metal and ripped off a large part of his finger. Gruesome. To literally add insult to injury, he was also given a yellow card for time wasting in his goal celebration. Stewards tried to look for the tip of his finger, which was found, but doctors were unable to reattach it. Instead, he had to have the top part of his finger amputated at the knuckle. brutal. In at number 4, we have Börje Salming's face gash. Swedish Börje Salming was a hockey player for the Toronto Maple Leafs for 16 years. On November 26, 1986, Salming was playing a Leafs game against the Detroit Red Wings. During this game, he was knocked down and accidentally slashed across the face by Wings player Gerard Gallant. Unfortunately, skate blade met face and the rest was history. The injury was so gruesome and left so much blood on the ice. Salming needed face surgery and had 200 stitches. Luckily though, the injury did not affect his gameplay for long. He was soon back on the ice and continued to play for the Leafs for another 3 years. Okay, so this next one is very shocking because of the way in which the sportsmen were injured. In at number 3, we have freak accident in the Orlando Pirates vs Black Leopards game. This footage is crazy. The two South African soccer teams were playing football in 2007 when a freak gust of wind tore down advertising boards off the Ellis Park Stadium. The boards flew onto the pitch, striking a linesman and 3 players. All the while, the game is being watched live on television and by those in the stadium. Luckily, the injuries sustained were not too bad, although they were definitely dramatic in their impact. The game was stopped and eventually abandoned when there was a sudden torrential downpour and wild flashes of lightning. Guys, I'm really sorry about this next one. It is heinous. I'm really sorry. In at number 2, we have Ewald Lienen and the 10-inch leg gash. Like, good God. Arminia Bielefield's Eduardo Lienen was playing a game against Werder Bremen during the 1981-82 season. Lienen was fouled by Norbert Siegmann when he sustained a truly gruesome injury that caused his femur to literally pop out the side of his leg, like Jesus. Basically, his thigh was slit by Siegmann's boot, leaving a 10-inch gash. Like, I don't want to be able to see bone. 4 weeks after his injury, Lienen was back on the pitch, but there was a lot of tension between the two clubs for years to come. Okay, so we have reached that all-important moment in our most amazing top 10 shocking sports injuries part 2. Just to keep things cyclical, let's bring it on back to balls and, well, ow. In at number 1, there's no real other way to say this, we have Wayne Shelford's scrotum tear. Shelford is known for many things: his stint as the All Blacks captain, his work to improve the car-mate Haka, and for having his scrotum ripped apart during a game against France in 1986. In an aggressive ruck, Shelford was kicked in the groin, with a French player's boot somehow ripping his scrotum, leaving one testicle hanging off. Shelford is a true champion. He even asked his physio to stitch it back together in the locker rooms. He later returned to the game. He also lost some teeth in the ruckus, but I guess who on earth is focusing on that when, wow, testes. I'm glad that he lived to tell the tale though, and they're back in place. So that was the top 10 shocking sports injuries part 2. Did you guys make it through this list without like cringing or vomiting or crying or calling your mum? Because I think I'm about to go call my mum right now because it was too much, especially the thigh bone. Wow. I've been Rebecca Felgate, this has been Most Amazing Top 10. Dare I ask if you want a part 3? I don't know if I can hack it, to be honest. If you like this video, make sure you show us by giving us a good old thumbs up, sharing the video with a friend, and of course subscribing to Most Amazing Top 10. And I will see you beauties next time. Stay safe.